Did you film?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
Thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah, they still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name. Only all muscled up and less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, right?
Even for you. Anyway, his school. Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
The game actually crashed on me just before that cutscene, and
Raiden, this is Boris. Give me your status.
Looks clear. No one in sight.
Good. Let's recap the route you will take. As I said, the enemy's HQ is in the refinery along the coastline. Dolsaev has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a Desperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old town, then head down to the rear of the refinery.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down.
yeah, I had a really nasty system crash just now, and I had to restart the program. Hopefully it's seamless for you
in the
guys.
lower corridor, I see. Try to flank them, or approach from behind. Good, Raiden. Yes, good. Raiden, take that main thoroughfare. You can use augment mode to see where the enemy is located. Your body analyzes radar and IR data to construct your AR display. Some civilians are still in the city. That is not good.
Two guys down here, where'd they go?
Contact!
That's pretty good. Anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Nice to see these guys are back. Okay, that sucks. Definitely one of those. So the game can be played stealthily, but in all honesty, you really don't want to.
Electromagnetic barricade. Maybe expecting UG or cyborg attacks, huh?
Let's just go this way. But you really don't have to. You can play it like a God of War game, which is probably the better way to play it. It does have like all the classic looks of like a Metal Gear game with the solid time radar in the upper right hand corner and the classic looking cutscenes. I mean, look at these cutscenes. They're absolutely beautiful, but they always have been.
Greetings, cyborg. Show yourself.
By the way, this demo is 720.
All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
I am here to kill you.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate!
Okay, let's fight this thing.
Multiple strikes. Warrior uses all of his tools. Backup required. Is this all the human mind is capable of? Even you are merely human in power. Continue alone would be foolish. Help me. Is this all the human mind is capable of? Obliterate your consciousness. Disappointing. Cannot continue.
And that is that. I did better than I thought I was going to.
Directive. Liberate. Nation. Ensure freedom. Obey directive. Must obey directive. No freedom. Freedom undefined.
What would an AI know about freedom?
I really got to admit I like that about this game. I think that they really kept the Metal Gear feeling, whether it be in this scene or whether it be in one of the other scenes where the game basically just described, whether it be this scene or whether it be one of the scenes when he's dropping in and stuff like that, and they start talking about the logic behind PMCs and the moral guard against PMCs and things like that. I thought that really felt Metal Gear to me. To me, the Metal Gear games were more than just about crazy villains and you know, extraordinary circumstances and stuff like that, but they were also about the horror of war and why we shouldn't fight. And coming from a Japanese developer, which of course knows the absolute horror of war, Japan of course was the one country that actually had an atomic bomb used against them, they do have I would say a pretty good understanding of it, and that was the one thing I liked about Metal Gear, and it definitely does seem to be intact here. Whether that was Konami's decision to make sure that they put that in there or Platinum Games decided it themselves, it doesn't matter. It's in the game. The feelings are in the game, and I really like that. As for the controls, they do leave something to be desired, of course. I'm sure, as you could see, my frustration in some of the early stuff about breaking blocks. However, like with anything, it just takes some required to get some used to. I used to be really bad. The first time I played this, I was really bad against the final boss. And as you can see in the final bit, I was perfectly fine with it. For those of you, this is a different type of Metal Gear game, at least control-wise, but the storyline is very Metal Gear. For those of you who are saying, well, this doesn't really feel like the Metal Gear Solid 5 that I kind of wanted, you're right, it's not. This is not a Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 is not coming until after Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes comes out, but even that, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, which is Hideo Kojima's next game that he's directing, is that game that we're looking forward to. This is just a separate side story with a different character. It's in the same universe, but it's not the Metal Gear Solid game. This is Metal Gear Rising. So, in that respect, I think it's something fresh, something new, definitely an expansion of the Metal Gear series. I can't wait to pick it up. It's coming to the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 in February 2013. Until next time, guys, this is Maniac, over and out.